and welcome to or welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, my name is Tracy, and as the title suggests, this is my first week on Wegovy. So a bit of background, but you'll already know if you watch my channel that I started on Mounjaro about 3 or 4 months ago, and after 3 weeks I developed a really bad kidney infection and I was severely dehydrated. So 2 doctors that I saw during that 3rd week told me to stop taking Mounjaro. But then a few weeks after, when I saw my own GP, he said there was no reason that, I should have stopped taking it. He can't see any reason why I wasn't fit to go back on it. He said it wouldn't have caused what happened to me, although it could have, sort of made it a bit worse because it does lower your immune system. So anyway, I didn't take it anymore, but I carried on. I've sort of been sticking to a diet since then, calorie controlled, but I was on holiday at the end of May, and I put on quite a bit of weight like we do. So I wanted to get back on a weight loss drug as soon as I got back off my holidays. But I'd got to the top of the weight management waiting list. So I knew that on the 22nd of June I would be getting a phone call from the prescriber, because I'd already been through some of the rigmarole, but I'll explain more about the tier 3 weight management after I've finished talking about my first week. So I knew that on the 22nd of June I would be getting prescribed Wegovy. So I decided that was a good 3 weeks away, and I would order myself 1 month's worth of Wegovy. So I ordered 1 month's worth, and it comes in 0.25 milligrams. That's the dose that you start off on. This dose cost me £114 or £115. I decided to go through the same company that I got the Mounjaro through, just because it would be quicker. So it's no different really to the Mounjaro. It's a pen, and the needle goes on the end in exactly the same way. You get your needles in this little box, and you just take one out and put them on. So I took the first dose, and unlike with the Mounjaro, I didn't feel that more or less instant. I didn't feel like the food noises had gone, whereas it did with the Mounjaro. So the next day I was still quite hungry, and the food noises were there, and the same the following day. But then when I got up on the next morning, I just felt full, like I'd eaten a big meal, which I hadn't. So it's been like that for the rest of the week. You just feel it's really weird. You're thinking about food, which you wasn't on the Mounjaro, but you don't feel hungry enough to eat it. So you're having to force yourself when it comes to meal times. You've got to get a meal into you, but you don't feel hungry one little bit, which I really like, because on the Mounjaro, although it took away the thinking about food, I still could eat a decent sized portion. Now I'm sort of eating half to 3/4 of my plate of food and leaving the rest. I have been constipated for the last 2 or 3 days, which isn't like me. I'm normally a once or twice a day girl. So that's a little bit annoying. I'm gonna have to try to see if I can get something to help with that. But other than that, I haven't really had any side effects on the first week. I had a bit of a mild headache for the first couple of days, but that could have been caused by anything. So yeah, I'm really pleased with the first week and how it's going. So I got on the scales. Like I say, I wasn't expecting great things because I'd already been dieting since I came off the Mounjaro. But I managed to lose £5 this week, so I'm really happy with that. So the weight loss management team that I've been referred to is called Aviva, O-V-I-V-A. So once the doctor had referred me, I then received an email from them saying that I was on their waiting list, and it gave me a link to their app to download. And in that app, it wants you to keep a record of your meals that you're eating, and then that's looked over by a dietitian. They kept sending regular updates to say I was getting closer to the top of the list, and it took from the doctor referring me to me getting an appointment with a dietitian 10 weeks, which is really short compared to some. I've heard people saying they've been on the list for a couple of years. So the first step was a phone call. A dietitian called me and she asked me if I'd thought about which pathway I wanted to go down. You could choose between weight loss injections, some sort of shake diet, or just help in sort of healthy eating and balanced meals basically. And then she also said if whichever pathway I chose didn't work, would I be interested in weight loss surgery, which it's not for me, that. So yeah, we talked about it. She was really nice, and I said that I would like to give the weight loss injections a go. So she said the next step would be I would speak with a prescriber who would then prescribe it for me, and that would be 4 weeks after me speaking to her. In the meantime, I received an email saying that as part of it, I had to take part in this online webinar, which it was 2 women, I presume they were, I don't know what there was, doctors or dietitians, and you just had to sit there on your phone. You didn't have to have your video on or your microphone or anything, and you just had to listen to them telling you all about Wegovy and its side effects and things like that. So yeah, it's been great so far. I would highly recommend this company if you can get referred to them. So yeah, we'll just have to see how it goes. I'm not going to do an update every week, but I will keep doing regular updates and letting you know how I'm getting on and letting you know if the side effects have changed. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. Bye.